Nobody tells you about this, but I've been thinking about something incredibly sad lately, and maybe you have experienced this in the past. Sometimes two people build something genuinely beautiful together. It could be a friendship, a the early stages of a relationship, or even something that neither person has really defined yet. But there's closeness, right? There's trust, and there's a joy of in being around each other. But then suddenly, something shifts. Maybe one person gets overwhelmed by their own fears. Maybe they start questioning their own worth, or they become too afraid of getting hurt, or even simply don't know how to handle how much this connection suddenly matters to them. So they begin to pull away. You notice it, you notice its distance, you don't know why it's happening, but you know it hurts. And because it hurts, you also begin to pull away. Not because you want to, not at all. In fact, it would be the last thing you want to do, but you're just trying to protect yourself. One thing I've come to realize is that the heartbreaking part is that neither person has actually talked about what's happening. They're both reacting to what they think the other person is feeling. One person withdraws because they're scared, and the other one withdraws because they feel rejected. Before any of them realizes that two people who genuinely enjoyed each other suddenly become strangers like that. And not necessarily because there wasn't something worth fighting for, but because neither of them knew how to say the vulnerable thing out loud. Sometimes I wonder how many relationships never really end because of lack of compatibility. I wonder how many quietly disappear because fear starts speaking louder than honesty. And maybe that's one of the hardest things about being human. Because if we're being real, it's often easier to protect ourselves from rejection than it is to risk saying, you know what, something has changed. And I don't know what's happening, but I don't want to lose this connection. Can we talk about it? That sentence is terrifying. But I also think it has the power to save relationships that silence slowly destroys.